Hello everyone. We are now closing in on the middle of March and we expect temperatures to decrease and also rainfall to diminish over the interior. However, we should see some good rainfall over the northeastern parts of the country during the next few days, and we could see totals in some of those areas exceeding 50 millimeters. This will be the result of the development of a low pressure system towards the north over the northern parts of Botswana, and then also a high pressure system located over the southern parts of the country. So this type of feature with the rain in the northeast and the easterly flow and drier conditions in the west will continue until the end of the weekend. So we're looking here at the total rainfall until Sunday evening, the 15th of March. This easterly flow over the interior will result in very high temperatures in the west. So it will be quite hot over those western to southern parts of the country until early next week. The same easterly flow will also give us rain in the north with a low pressure system for the north, and for that reason we could see some good totals over some of those areas in the northeast. If you look at the summer grain production area, the northern to eastern areas of that region may see some significant totals until Sunday, while the southern parts of that region should be relatively dry. The temperatures during this time will be mild. It will be mild over the northeastern parts of the country, while it will be hot in the southwest until at least early next week. So this is a type of circulation pattern that will remain in place until after the weekend, until Monday about, with showers and rain in the northeast and hot conditions in the southwest. Now the rain associated with that weaker low pressure system towards the north should not be too intense. We will probably not see severe weather during this time, or a lot of severe weather. And as I mentioned earlier, the rain should come from the east towards the west, so it will be a different direction for the clouds to move than we are usually used to by this time of the year. So it will be quite interesting as well over the northeastern parts of the country with the rain. And again, we should not see extreme or severe conditions. This will be softer weather. However, the cloudy and cooler conditions and weather conditions will probably be quite conducive to the development and spread of fungal diseases in the northeast, while it will be extremely hot and dry over those southern to southwestern and western parts of the country until at least early next week. If you now look at the rainfall expected until Wednesday next week, so just 3 days further into the future, we do see some rain over the interior as well, the western to central parts, not only in the northeast. So the rain in the northeast will be an early feature, mostly until Monday, Tuesday, but then later we will see rain developing over the central to western parts of the country as the circulation pattern will completely change, and we will have cooler conditions developing over the western to central parts by the middle of next week, with showers or thunder showers returning to the central areas. We don't see a lot of rain, but there should be some showers and thunder showers returning to the central to western interior following these very hot and dry conditions expected until Sunday or Monday. In most areas, this will be a good period to get into the fields. However, the wet conditions in the northeast may be somewhat of a problem at times, and it will also be windy at times over the central to northeastern areas due to the strong high pressure system towards the southeast, and that may also lessen the availability of time for infield activities, especially if the wind is a factor during the next few days. On the EUMETSAT infrared image for the 9th of March, we see that it is relatively dry over southern to South Africa, and we see sunny conditions and dry conditions over most of the interior, but towards northeast there are some showers and thunder showers over the channel and towards the areas towards the north of us. Now the development of the low will bring in more moisture from the east into those northern and eastern areas, and we should see thunder showers and showers during the next few days developing over these northeastern areas. And we will also see an increase in cloud cover over these northeastern to northern parts of the country. Looking now at observed data, this is the rainfall for February, expressed as a percentage of the long-term average, and while most of the northeastern parts of the country were dry, we saw wetter than average conditions over the central to western and southern areas. So if I look at the summer grain production region, we see that most of those western parts of the region saw above average rainfall actually in total for February, while the northern to central and northeastern parts of that region saw very much drier conditions. So as a percentage of the long-term average, those areas generally saw less than 75% of the long-term average over the central to northern and eastern parts of the summer grain production region. But those southwestern areas saw totals that were about 100% to 125 to 150% of the long-term average over the southern to western parts, mostly over the central to western parts of the Free State and southwestern parts of Northwest, where we saw better rainfall compared to the long-term average, but that is for the total rainfall for February. During the first few days of March, we see that rain returned to the northeastern parts of the country. Those areas were dry during February, but now they've seen very much better rainfall during the first few days of March. And if we look at the summer grain production area, most of those central to western parts still received above 50 millimeters of rain. But if we look at the Mpumalanga region, especially those southeastern to southern parts of that province, we saw quite low rainfall totals, with most of those areas receiving less than 25 millimeters of rain. The northern parts of Mpumalanga and also most of Northwest and the Free State that constitutes part of the summer grain production area saw better rainfall during the first few days of March, and generally those northeastern parts of the country were relatively wet. So again, looking at the rainfall for the first few days of March expressed as a percentage of the long-term average, and we can see that much of the northern parts of the interior saw above average rainfall, so also the winter rainfall region saw above average rainfall. However, if we look at those southern parts of Mpumalanga, we see that we received below average rainfall for this time of the year. And those below average rainfall values also occur down towards KwaZulu-Natal region and Eastern Cape. Now looking at the total rainfall for the 10-day period until the 8th of March, and we see that much of these western parts of the Free State and northern parts of the Free State received rainfall that exceeded about 75 millimeters. That also counts for the western to central parts of the Northwest province, and even parts of Gauteng saw more than 75 millimeters of rain. However, if we look at and we are focusing now mostly on the summer grain production area. If you, however, look at those southern parts of Mpumalanga, we can see that we had much less rain over those areas. So if we focus here on the summer grain production area, we see there at those areas around Ermelo, further south there, in Mpumalanga, we saw low rainfall totals with about less than 25 millimeters and even less than 10 millimeters in some places there. So the southern to eastern parts of Mpumalanga saw disappointingly low rainfall totals during the first few days of March, while further north and west we see better rainfall totals over the summer grain production area. If we now move back to the forecast again, this is the expected average maximum temperature for 10 to 16 March. And you immediately can see that those western to southern parts of the country will be quite warm, while the northeastern parts of the country will be quite cool for this time of the year. And also, if we look at the summer grain production area, those eastern areas will be cool as can be expected relative to those western parts of the region, with average temperatures in the order of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius over the central to eastern parts of the summer grain production region, and the average maximum temperatures over the western parts of that region in the order of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. So not a hot period for those eastern parts of the country, but very much so with very high temperatures over those western parts and towards the southwestern parts of the country as well. Looking now at the highest maximum temperatures during the next few days, and we see most of these southern to western areas will see some maximum temperatures exceeding 35 degrees Celsius on some days, and we even see in areas of the Swartland and up those west coast regions, some days may see maximum temperatures in the order of 40 degrees plus Celsius. So it will be quite hot in the west, but we see the highest maximum temperatures over the summer grain production region will be relatively low, and they should not exceed 30 degrees Celsius over most of that region, and maybe over those western parts it can go up above 30 degrees Celsius, but it should remain below 35 degrees Celsius. So mild conditions in the northeast again, including the summer grain production area, and hot conditions in the south and west. These hot conditions will persist at least until Sunday and maybe even into Monday in some of those areas. Now looking at the forecast on a day-to-day basis with rainfall in the at the upper part of these maps, of the top maps, and maximum temperatures on the lower maps, starting on Tuesday the 10th, then Wednesday, and then Thursday. And we can see on Tuesday most of the country will be dry. There will be some showers over the far eastern parts, maybe also touching onto some parts of South Africa, but most of the action will still be in the east. And then we can see those very high maximum temperatures that we expect over those southwestern parts. So those hot conditions in the west will remain in place, and they will also expand somewhat during this period until Thursday. But then in the same time, we will see rain moving, or showers moving into those northeastern areas, while the temperatures over the northeastern areas will actually reduce in time towards Thursday, while the weather will become hotter. So this will all happen because of this easterly flow. And one important thing to notice is that there will be more clouds and more showers over the northeastern parts. Again, with this type of system, the chance for severe weather is very, very slim. So it will be softer weather, showers and thunder showers in places, and very pleasant if it is not too cloudy for this time of the year over those northeastern parts. However, those southwestern areas will be quite hot, as you can see, with those hot conditions also spreading almost into those central areas by Thursday. Continuing this discussion on a day-to-day basis, the Friday to Saturday and Sunday, the weather there, still showers and thunder showers spreading into those northeastern areas, spreading as far west as the entire northwest province, possibly far northern parts of the Free State, and maybe the extreme northeastern parts of the Northern Cape, according to this forecast. Now, the extent of the rainfall will probably be different by the time this happens, but the general pattern will be a wetter northeast and drier in the southwest. So the hot conditions in the west will remain in place by Friday, but by Sunday and Monday we can see that there will be some cooling over, especially those southwestern parts. So it will remain hot over the Swartland until Saturday, but then going forward from Sunday onwards, there will be some cooling, as there will be a frontal system towards the southwest of the country that will result in some cooler conditions starting to develop over those southwestern parts. However, in the northeast, we will see a continuation of these showers, or maybe thunder showers, and relatively cloudy conditions compared to what we have seen during the last few days over the northeastern half of the country. Then moving on in time until the middle of next week, by next week Wednesday, according to these upper air maps from the GFS model, we can see the development of an upper air trough towards the west. So this is a complete change in the pattern. This will result in a bit more unstable conditions and possibly showers or thunder showers spreading into the interior. And you can see, according to the ensemble forecast from the GFS model, there will be some showers and thunder showers returning to the central to southern parts of the country. So this is quite a big change from what we will see, and that will the conditions that will prevail until about Monday. So by next week there is a flip. There will in the pattern, and there will also be a cold front, so much lower temperatures over the western to southern parts. At this stage, there is not an indication of frost during that time. However, on these temperature anomaly maps, you can see the big difference in the circulation pattern that we will see. So by 2 o'clock on Friday, we will probably have very much cooler conditions than the norm over the northeastern parts, with maximum temperatures about 12 degrees Celsius lower than average for this time of the year. But if you look at the southwestern parts of the country on Friday this week, we see very much above average temperatures over those areas, with temperatures about 12 degrees above the long-term average over those areas. Then moving on, and that was on Friday, then moving on to next week Wednesday, we see a massive flip in the pattern. And while the northeastern areas will be relatively warm, then we see that it will be much cooler over the southwestern areas, with temperatures around 8 degrees Celsius lower than the long-term average for this time of the year. So we will see this cold front moving in with this upper air trough. Current forecasts don't see the development of frost associated with this system, but we will keep an eye on that. Talking of frost, with the last few days we have seen some cooler conditions over the eastern parts with lower minimum temperatures, so there may be some isolated areas, very frost prone areas where we see frost, but the temperatures over these eastern areas where we had some lower values during the last few days will increase somewhat during the next few days. So we see that the Highveld Sea minimum temperatures in the order of about 5 degrees Celsius, and also into Lesotho. This is only early in the period, and we should see warming going forward. So if you haven't seen frost yet, the chances for that are now diminishing as we move forward during the next few days. As we move closer into the autumn period, the large-scale patterns are now becoming less important for us. But if we look at the MJO and we focus mostly on those equatorial areas, we see now that these orange areas are now located over the Indian Ocean. So we have diminished convection over much of the Indian Ocean. Usually that is not related, especially by midsummer, to dry conditions over South Africa. So large-scale patterns are generally favorable. So these maps, we start on the 8th of March and we move down 15 days about to the 23rd of March. And during this entire period, we see that the large-scale pattern is not very much negative for South Africa, rather positive. So we could easily see above average rainfall or near normal rainfall at least over the interior, rather than very much drier conditions during the next few days into March. And that is especially important for the northern parts of the country. So to summarize, we look here at the ensemble forecast from the GFS model, and this is from the 10th until the 17th of March, and we see the above normal rainfall expected over the northeastern parts of the country associated with the current system that we are aware of, and then near normal to below normal conditions for rainfall over the rest of the interior. Looking a bit further ahead, basically near normal conditions according to the current forecast, I would say that these conditions will remain in place for a while. There's not an indication of extremely dry or extremely wet conditions at this stage following the rain in the northeast. So by next week and so forth, not yet an indication of extreme conditions. Also, while we have the cold front in the southwest next week, there's not an indication yet of widespread frost. So generally speaking, friendly weather for the crops at this stage. We may see some fungal diseases because of the cloudy conditions expected in the northeast, while the central to western parts generally drier during the next few days. And also after the showers expected by middle of next week, there's not an indication of extreme conditions, but we will keep our eyes on these developments in the Cumulus newsletter later this week.
2010 was described as the decade of disruption. Smartphones, wearables, technology built to last. So why don't we build everything that way? Luckily, there is a group of people that still believe in this way of thinking. For over 10 years, they've helped farmers build lasting futures with crop insurance that stands firm when it matters most. AgriSeker.
We are where you are.
An authorized FSP underwritten by Land Bank Insurance Company.